Hey everybody, and welcome back to the iVow channel. It's me, your boy Emmanuel G. And if you're tuned in today, it's because you're looking for some relationship tips, or you just want to know a little bit more about love. So today I want to share about something that's close and personal to me. I remember the first time when we got married, early in our marriage, my wife and I am married, just in case you guys don't know. And on March 15th, my wife and I celebrated 18 years of being married. Woo! 18 years, guys. We made it 18 years. That's like totally amazing. Every day I stand like amazed. How did I even make it all that time? But yeah, on March 15th, we turned 18. It's a good time to begin to reflect about, things and the process and what has happened throughout the marriage. And, I was just remembering about this one time when early in the marriage, my wife used to buy me gifts. And she loves to buy gifts. I mean, that's just like her thing, so she constantly used to get me gifts. And man, I just used to be like, oh man, awesome, oh, thank you. But some point I realized that, these gifts don't mean anything. Then she used to complain that I do not get her gifts at all, because that's not my thing, It didn't help that, when we were like 1 and 2 year old in this marriage thing, I was a broke brother. I mean, I'm talking about broke brother. So gifts was the last thing I was thinking about. As long as there's food on the table, I was all right. So anyway, she kept complaining, this guy doesn't get me gifts. So at some point in life, I had to get creative, just to get a gift here, a gift there. Let me tell you, my radar for sales was totally on point, y'all, because I had to know, there's this thing that she likes, so I have to wait for a sale so that I can get it for her. Yeah, but anyway, later on, we fell into this book by a gentleman by the name of Gary Chapman. And Gary Chapman was talking about, he wrote a book called 5 Love Languages. Now, in the 5 love languages, what he says is that each person has a language that when you speak to him, they feel loved and they receive love in that manner. And this actually transformed a lot of the way we see each other and the way we relate to each other in terms of, speaking each other's love language. Now, in the book, Gary Chapman is a gentleman who had served in the church for so long. He has counseled so many couples, and in counseling so many couples, he got to learn these things. And these are the 5 love languages. The first one is, and then in no special order. I will list them in no order, but at all, no specific order. This doesn't mean that 1 is the best and 5 is the least, but this is what the 5 love languages were. The first one was words of affirmation. The second one was gifts. The third one is acts of service. The fourth one is quality time. And the fifth one is physical touch. Now, each one of us, based on these 5, will respond to love when one of this is shown towards us. Now, I learned after doing this test that my love language is words of affirmation. So this explained a lot that when she used to send me gifts and bring me gifts, yes, they were awesome. Yes, I would feel, like she really thought about me. But the truth is, any moment that she affirmed me, that she spoke well of me, that she told me that I did this well, man, I was so into that woman like crazy. I was like, man, this is my girl, I ain't living her for the rest of my life. And then I learned that for her, the gifts, the giving of gifts was a big love language for her. That it showed love. It showed, that I cared about her, that I was thinking about her. So this was very huge to her. And then the other one that we both share is quality time, that when you spend time with each other, we felt like, man, this is when I felt the most love. The other ones were not that big for us, physical touch, acts of service, but these two for us were very high in the pecking order. And you can have more than one, but normally there's the one that is the primary one. And for you, it makes a difference. And I think it's important for us to know this because this is how we give and this is how we receive love. For example, my wife was giving love through gifts because for her, that was huge. And she thought, that's what works for me. But it's only in learning that for me, words of affirmation works, that now she has improved that. And man, her bank account is probably healthy because she has saved a lot because she didn't have to buy me gifts. Yeah, but yeah, so love languages is very important. It's important to have a conversation with your partner. It's important to know what is important to them and what, is number one on the pecking order. And sometimes you will have the same one, but normally we are opposites attract, and you will have different ones. So it'll be up to you to begin to figure out how do you meet that need and how do you speak the love language of your partner based on what it is high on the pecking order for them. Now, in my case, over the years, what I've learned is that if gifts is something huge for me, for my wife, what I do is I schedule things, and there are some stores that I know that she loves, so I'm always constantly listening to the things that she loves, the things that she cares about, and then I always note them, and then I try my best to now find good deals out there, especially if it's something that's very expensive. I find good deals out there that I can be able to meet this need. So now, in fact, in my budgeting, there's a certain amount of my salary or my income that I budget towards getting gifts for my wife so that I can be able to speak her love language. And what this does, it enhances intimacy. It always constantly lets your partner know that I care about you, I'm thinking about you. And when you speak this language, they constantly feel loved. So my challenge to us today is that to find out what your love language is first, so that you're aware of the things that somebody should be speaking towards you, and clearly communicate this to somebody, to your partner, and just let them know, yeah, this is what's big for me. Acts of service. When you do acts of service for me around the house or anywhere, that just totally speaks to me. If it's physical touch, there's some people who are really touchy-feely, and when you touch them, they feel, I've been loved so much, and it depends on whatever it is. Make sure, first of all, you know what yours is, then know what your partner's is, and then begin to speak in that love language. Now, again, over life, over the, as days go by, different seasons come and things change. I don't think words of affirmation was always big for me. When I was younger, I think physical touch was big for me. But nowadays, it's not that big anymore, and words of affirmation means more. So it keeps changing. So it's important to constantly have the conversation with your person so that you can know at any point in time if you are speaking their love language. So guys, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button. My name is Emmanuel G. I'm out, and we'll see you on the next video.